Holly. Welcome to Living It Country. Today we're working on some outdoor projects, and as you can see, we've made some progress. My husband owns a landscaping business, and we have been itching to get these projects done, especially outside of the tiny home. It just adds so much more character and warmth and really so much charm to this space. So we are very excited to take you guys along. This is gonna be a 3-part adventure, so you guys are gonna see lots more projects outside of the tiny home to come, and I can't wait to take you guys on this journey. A special thank you to Antique Candle Co. for partnering with us on today's video. You guys know I love Antique Candle Co. They are my absolute favorite because they are soy candles, they are non-toxic, and they smell absolutely amazing. And I thought I would share some summer scents that really bring the outdoors inside. They smell fresh, they smell clean, and you can't go wrong with any of these. So the first one that I want to share is the Sweet Lemon. If you want your house to smell clean, this is a great option and adds that sweet element, of course, too. We actually live somewhere where we have the Lavender Festival, and so this one is a hit. It's lavender vanilla, and fun story, my husband Jason actually worked on a lavender farm for years, and that's where he met his best friend who was his best man in our wedding. So very fun fact, fresh cut herbs. This is a great one. I love gifting this one to all of my friends who just absolutely love gardening. It's so fresh and smells absolutely amazing. If you're looking for one that's bringing the outdoors inside, these are my 3 go-to picks. Antique Candle Co. has a 100% happiness guarantee, as well as free shipping over $85. And if you use my code LivinItCountry15, you can save 15% off of your order. They also have fantastic bundle deals, so you can stock and save, which I highly recommend. A big thank you to Antique Candle Co. for sponsoring today's video. Let's take you on the adventure of landscaping the outside of the tiny home, working on the outside of the party barn, and all that's to come. Today was one of those get it done kind of days here at our house. And instead of it being decluttering and deep cleaning the inside, it was doing things on the exterior of our house, which felt so nice and much needed. So we started it off the best way I know how, which is on the mower. There's just something about fresh cut grass that makes everything smell amazing and feel a little bit more put together again. It's kind of like a reset button for the whole property. So I highly encourage you to get outside and mow your lawn before you start an exterior makeover. You might be wondering why there's so many patchy spots, and in a video to come, we'll be sharing some grass seed and installing the sprinkler system setup, which will be fun to share and for me to learn along the way too, since that's something that I've never done. I feel like it's going to be one of those things that makes a big difference, and it's so easy to put off since the labor of it can be very expensive, but since we're doing that ourselves, it's something that is much more budget friendly. Now's the perfect time to do that since we're still in spring, and then we'll have luscious grass for the summer season. Now on to a little therapy here. I swear that pulling weeds is therapeutic, and in the sunshine like we had this week, it was much needed, and I very, very much enjoyed myself. As you can see in the background, my boy is making a little waterfall feature, and then Jason came in to help me as well. This is on the side of our shop where we are going to be installing some cedar trees, and this is where our basketball hoop usually goes, so we're going to put that in the front of the shop, plant some trees, and make this area come to life with a little bit of natural beauty. We got some great deals at Costco, which lately has been our go-to place for trees, plants, and hopefully flowers to come, because Costco always has the most gorgeous flowers. Now we are unloading the emerald cedar 5.8 gallon tree, and we're starting off with the side of our shop where we were pulling weeds earlier in today's video. We decided to do 7. We like working in uneven numbers. It just looks visually so beautiful and more appealing. And we are so excited to get these installed. So we played around with how we wanted to do this, how far we wanted to space it. And as you can see to the right door, we've already started figuring out our lighting, which will be in a video to come as well. Typically, we would actually go to a nursery for trees and plants and things like that, since they're discounted for landscapers and buying them in bulk. But these were just such a great deal and have a better warranty at Costco. So to get a really good deal, we would have to go further out of town, since we live in the upper left of the peninsula. Quite a long drive for us to get around to places. Now we're adding 2 to each side of the party barn. And if you guys are not familiar with our channel, we are still in the middle of our party barn build. So we are accomplishing that after we finish our landscaping projects. So you guys can stay tuned for that too. Here we are outside of the tiny home, ready to start the landscaping adventure. So everything is feeling a little bit like a blank slate, which is exciting because it's really exciting to take something that's so bland and make it feel cozy and more finished. So I think that landscaping is such a great way to bring a home to life, and it frames it, it softens it, and it can make it feel like it truly belongs there. And that's the thing that we want to achieve with this tiny home, is to make it feel like it was supposed to be there, that it's an extension of our home and that it was always meant to be there. We're trying to not go for anything perfect or feel like it's overdone. We just want it to feel natural and lived in, and also add some country elements and feels to the space. We kept with really simple plants, a few shrubs, and then we're going to add some pops of flowers in the next video to come. Now that everything is measured and spaced appropriately, it's time for some serious business. And we brought out our tractor, and Jason made life so much easier. Instead of digging every hole by hand, he used his auger to drill a perfect hole for all of the plants. And honestly, it's one of those moments where you realize that this tool makes all of the difference. And instead of spending hours doing this, it was truly done in no time at all. So this is where the landscaping really starts to take shape, because once these holes are in, we can start placing the plants and actually seeing the vision come to life. This was a tool I actually thought was a silly investment piece, and I didn't think we would use it, and we have used it so much. We used it for our fence build. We actually used it a few months ago for our gate build too, and I know we're going to use it for when we do our front gate, and if we ever do just like a cute picket fence too. So it's definitely a piece that we've utilized. We've been able to lend it out to friends and family that have needed it as well, and it's just been an asset piece, which we've got a lot of use out of, so I appreciate that. And as you can tell, something moved in this scene since a while back, and it's our gazebo. Jason actually moved it to the back of the party barn, and this gazebo is actually a hot tub gazebo. And we got a free gazebo from my aunt and uncle, who were actually going to just dispose of it, and so we saved it, and we're thankful to be able to fix it and then have a gazebo over it. So we're going to come up with a new design on this little back paver area, and I don't know, do something fun, and of course we'll share it with you guys. We also did another paver project, which I have not shared, and it is in the front of our house. And we continued it to actually follow the tiny home. And so we have a private little gate where my mom can enter, and it looks so darling. And maybe I will share that in a video to come. Now it's time to plant all of these beautiful boxwoods. They look absolutely darling, and just a very simple way to elevate this space. These plants are just so easy to care for, and we added a little drip system too, so that it's properly watered and it's easy to water as well. Another project I haven't shared about is this retaining wall that we got done. And our property was actually used as a dumping ground for different things, and so it's elevated very oddly. And so we needed a little bit of a retaining wall, and with that, the auger needed a little help. So of course we brought out our handy dandy Dollar Tree jump rope to help us. I don't know, Jason thought of it, and Jason's always coming up with different things, different strategies with things that we already own. So he's a very creative person, and that makes it a little bit more affordable with using this instead of going out and buying a tool. One reason that we use boxwood is because it's very classic and it's timeless, and it instantly makes everything just look a little bit more polished and put together. So like I said, we're keeping it simple, we're keeping it that country feel, and I feel like it achieves that simply with this plant. I know that these look very, very small right now, but that's the fun part. And over time, they're going to grow in, they're going to fill out, and this whole area is going to look completely different and completely transformed. It's one of those projects where you just have to trust the time process, but already I'm loving the way it's coming together. Aside from the pulling of the weeds being the most satisfying part of this whole project, a close second is barking a project. I think that it smells so good. Bark is such an incredible way to just revamp a space very simply and easily, and it just always looks so nice. So that's what we're doing next. The original bark that we used for this area was sold out, so we went with a different kind, which is okay. We blended it pretty well, and all is good. I think that this color looks beautiful, and I'm really happy with the way it looks. I think it really pulls everything together so beautifully, and it just kind of acts like that finishing touch that makes it look clean, fresh, and intentional. And just spreading it around really evenly around the plants makes a nice border too, and really defines the space. And already you can see such a difference, and it makes everything pop and gives a contrast against the house and all of the greenery. This part is just kind of where it starts to finally feel like a real yard and not just a project. Everything came together, and when you step back, you can really see that full vision come to life. Jason's finishing off this project with using the leftover bark to the right side of the tiny home, and we were originally going to do some small pebble rocks here, but since we already had the bark, we thought, why not just add bark to this area? To the left side, we're actually going to do like a dry riverbed, and we'll be sharing that in our next video to come. We had just enough bark to do some more around the left and right side of the tiny home, which made all of the bark match perfectly. Now, to make it look absolutely outstanding, Jason blew off the paver pathway to make it look clean and nice for my mom. And just like that, this space has completely transformed. It's kind of crazy looking back to where we started with it just being really bare, really unfinished, and not very cozy. And now we've got a fresh cut grass, we've got new plants, and we've got bark laid down. And it feels like it's truly coming together each step, one day at a time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys check out Antique Candle Co. in the description box down below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.